What if I told you that a single dollar invested today could turn into over $1 million? Sounds impossible, right? But this is real math that banks use every single day to get rich. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it yourself. This concept is called compound interest, and Albert Einstein allegedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. Yet 90% of people never use it, and they lose thousands of dollars because of it. Imagine putting away just $1 a day and watching it grow into a fortune over time. So how does this actually work? And more importantly, how can you start today with almost nothing? This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. This is the exact strategy millionaires use to build generational wealth. There's a huge difference between people who understand this rule and people who don't. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how money multiplies itself without you lifting a finger. I'll break down the exact numbers, the exact timeline, and the exact steps you need to take, starting right now. Let's start with the very first concept you need to understand: how your money actually makes more money. Compound interest means you earn interest not just on your original money, but on the interest itself. Compare that to simple interest, where you only ever earn money on your original amount. The difference is massive. The longer your money compounds, the steeper that growth curve becomes. This is where the real magic happens. Time is the single most powerful factor in this equation. The earlier you start, the less work you actually have to do. Let's meet two investors. One starts at 25, the other waits until 35, just 10 years apart. By retirement, the early investor ends up with nearly double the money, even though they invested the exact same amount. Meanwhile, the late investor ends up with only around $200,000. Same effort, drastically different results. That 10-year delay cost them nearly $200,000. 10 years. That's the true price of waiting. So what actually controls how fast your money grows? It comes down to three simple factors. We already covered time. The longer your money sits and compounds, the bigger the snowball gets. Next is your interest rate. Even a small difference like 4% versus 7% can completely change your future. That's why choosing the right investment account or fund can make a six-figure difference over your lifetime. The third factor is how much you contribute. Even small, consistent amounts add up faster than you'd think. Just $5 a day, invested consistently for 30 years, can grow into over $200,000. That's basically the price of a daily coffee. Most people spend it without a second thought. Now that you understand the three factors, let's talk about where you should actually put your money. There are several accounts designed specifically to help your money compound faster, and most people ignore them completely. First, there's the 401k. Many employers will actually match a portion of what you contribute, which is free money. If your employer offers a match and you don't take it, you're literally leaving free money on the table. Then there's the Roth IRA, where your money grows completely tax-free and you never pay taxes when you withdraw it. Compare that to a regular taxable account, where the government takes a cut of your gains every single year. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how much this difference adds up to over 20 or 30 years. Let's say you invest $10,000 in both accounts and let them grow for 20 years straight. In the taxable account, after paying taxes on your gains every year, you'd end up with around $34,000. But in the Roth IRA, that same $10,000 grows to nearly $49,000, completely tax-free. That's a $15,000 difference, just from choosing the right account. Same investment, same time, wildly different results. Most people lose that money simply because nobody ever taught them the difference. Now you know better. But accounts are only half the story. Next, let's talk about where you actually invest the money inside them. You've probably heard of stocks and bonds, but most people don't actually understand what they're doing with their money. A stock means you own a tiny piece of a company. When that company grows and profits, your investment grows too. A bond is different. It's essentially a loan you give to a company or government, and they pay you interest back. Stocks tend to grow faster but carry more risk. Bonds are safer but grow much slower over time. So which one should you actually choose? Here's the secret most professionals use. The answer is you don't have to choose. Professionals spread their money across both, a strategy called diversification. By owning a mix of stocks and bonds, you reduce your risk while still capturing strong long-term growth. A common strategy is the 60-40 rule. 60% in stocks, 40% in bonds, adjusted as you age. But here's the easiest way to diversify instantly: index funds. One purchase gives you a piece of hundreds of companies. In fact, Warren Buffett himself has said most investors should just put their money into a low-cost index fund. The S&P 500, a popular index fund, has historically returned about 10% per year on average. Compare that to a regular savings account, which barely earns you 1%. The difference over decades is staggering. If your money is just sitting in a savings account right now, it's quietly losing value to inflation every single day. Speaking of inflation, let's break down exactly what it is and why it's silently eating away at your paycheck. Inflation is the gradual rise in prices over time, which means the same dollar buys you less and less every year. A candy bar that cost 50 cents in the 90s now costs almost $2. That's inflation in action. This is why keeping large amounts of cash under your mattress is actually one of the riskiest things you can do. To beat inflation, your money needs to grow faster than prices rise. That's exactly why investing matters so much. Here's a quick trick called the Rule of 72. It tells you exactly how many years it takes to double your money. Just divide 72 by your interest rate. At 10%, your money doubles roughly every 7.2 years. So if you invest $10,000 today, in about 7 years you'd have $20,000 without adding a single cent. Let it double again, and suddenly small amounts of money turn into life-changing sums over time. But here's the flip side. This same rule of doubling can work against you, especially when it comes to debt. Credit card interest rates often sit around 20%. That debt compounds against you just as fast as investments compound for you. That means a $2,000 balance left unpaid could balloon into thousands more in just a few short years. This is exactly how millions of people get trapped in debt for years, even decades, without realizing what happened. This is why paying off high-interest debt should almost always come before investing. It's guaranteed tax-free returns. Before investing heavily, you also need an emergency fund, ideally 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses. Without one, a single emergency could force you to sell investments early, or worse, go into high-interest debt. So here's the order. Build a small emergency fund, pay off high-interest debt, then invest consistently for the long run. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. That's the real secret behind every successful investor. The easiest way to stay consistent is to automate your investments, so the money moves before you even see it. This strategy is called dollar cost averaging, and it removes the emotion and guesswork out of investing entirely. Let's quickly recap. Compound interest, the right accounts, diversification, inflation, and consistent automated investing. These concepts alone put you ahead of the majority of people who never take the time to learn this. Imagine where you'll be in 20 or 30 years if you start applying just one of these lessons today. Even starting with just $100 a month, consistently invested, can grow into over $250,000. But every single year you wait to start, that number shrinks dramatically. Time is the one thing you can't buy back. You now understand more about money than most people ever will. The only thing left is actually taking action. Start small if you have to. Open that Roth IRA, set up that automatic transfer, and let time do the rest. If this video helped you understand money a little better, hit subscribe. I break down finance concepts like this every single week. And if you want to go deeper, check out the video on screen right now. where I break down exactly how to build your first investment portfolio. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. Start now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.